and his reintroduction into the show. Now, it's one of the unfortunate things. Then back then they had to have him on the credits, and it's just one of those things because he's on the main cast list. And nowadays they could actually work around that, and it wouldn't be such a thing. But it obviously kills a bit of drama because you know he's gonna be back. And I can imagine watching at the time, you were probably like, well, I think Angel might legitimately be gone and we might not see him again after the way season 2 ended. And you at least would want that drama of not knowing if he's going to come back. I think they bring him back too soon. I think it would have been better to have bring him back a bit later, a bit more of a drama. And because I think once he comes back, you naturally start getting like the tension with him and Buffy, and is there gonna be a thing with them again this season? And it probably, although there's good stuff with Angel this season, Amends being a particular standout, I think it's one of my little nitpicks about the season. Then it just feels like their relationship has been a bit overplayed, and in some ways I would prefer if they just decided to be friends, or if they just had him involved here and there, and it didn't become a whole drama again. I think it drags it down a little bit. It's the reason they gave him his own show. But yeah, I just think in a way I'm here more for the Scoobies, the relationships in this show, particularly when it comes to Buffy. Like, I like them up to a point, some of them, but I'm also kind of, I'm over this now. I'm not really here for this. Their whole thing during the prom, which is legitimate drama, and you can understand why Buffy gets upset. I hate that she's still moody with him in the next episode, where they've already like made up and decided it's for the best we go our own ways after this. Like a bit, you already kissed and made up. Why are you still being arsey with each other? Sort of thing.
No, I hear you. Yeah, it's a little bit like, but that's kind of, I feel like that's in character for Buffy. She doesn't, especially when it comes to Angel, she doesn't always deal with her emotions well, and one of her defense mechanisms is just to start yelling at him. She does it in season 2 as well. Angel was supposed to die at the end of season 2. The only reason he came back is because they wanted to give David the show, so they had to bring Angel back to spin him off onto, Angel, which, okay, fair enough. I don't mind that he came back at the end of like season 3 or episode 3 or whatever. I don't mind that he came back that early. I don't even mind that. I think the whole him and Buffy trying to figure out, like, I like the fact that he comes back quite rabid. I like the fact that, she has to kind of, look after him for a certain time, kind of initial integration of like, Angel's back, what do I do? The conflict with the Scoobies when they find out. They've got to stop ganging up on her like this, but they definitely have a point. Like, I completely think that they are fair to say, you should not have hidden this from us. You absolutely cannot be out there making out with him, because we all know what happened the last time you guys got physical. And I really love Giles's moment with her, where he basically says to her, what you haven't remembered is that Angel tortured me for hours. Right. The issue is, so season 2 gave us a great reason for why Buffy and Angel can't be together, because if he gets too close and they accidentally slip, he loses his soul, and then he turns into stalker, creepy boyfriend, psycho Edward Cullen, and it's like, that's bad, all right? And for the first half of season 3, that is the reason that, everyone's saying you can't be together, because he's going to go evil and kill everyone. And it's like, this is a really good, legitimate reason for you not to be together. And that all kind of culminates in Amends, when they have the big confrontation up on the hill, and Buffy's all like, I know everything that you did because you did it to me. And my thought is that right there should have been the end of the Angel relationship, because they've gotten to the point where, because they've acknowledged that they can't be together, because they cannot be close to each other, because that risk is always there. And it's not even just about the sex. Like, Jenny is sent to Sunnydale because Angel's already getting too happy. Like, he just being around Buffy in and of itself is a danger. So that would have been it. So what I think should have happened is, I think after Amends, Buffy and Willow could have had a conversation where Willow's like, oh, so what's going on now, and Buffy could have been like, well, Angel's decided to go do some soul searching or something like that. Like, I think he should have left after Amends, and then what they could have done is brought him back for a few episodes, you know, bring him back when they need someone to talk to Faith. Maybe he could have popped up at the prom, and then that would have been that much sweeter for him to turn up at the prom for her. And then maybe he comes for the final battle and graduation day, and then he leaves for good. I don't think that Angel takes up as much space in season 3 as I remember him taking up. Like, he's actually even missing for several episodes, and at least in the beginning, you only, really see him like a few times. But I do think that his and Buffy's relationship does get dragged on too long, and I do think that their eventual breakup is, for me, it doesn't quite work. But they do still have several moments over the season that I still love.
I feel a similar thing, that maybe they could have just used him a bit better. Like, they could have used him in here and there, and you're just talking maybe a little bit of a rewrite. And because I actually do like the idea of Amends being his last proper episode, and maybe bringing back for the finale, like you said.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And you know, it could have been a cool reveal, you know, when they're like, oh, who can we get to talk to Faith? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, look, Angel's back, you know, to come and talk to her.
Yeah, they sets up so much of what his own show's going to be.
Absolutely.
And I think, just realistically, it's just one of these awkward things. Once they decided to have him back, he's obviously under contract. They're paying him a decent amount, so that they're probably going to want to have him stick around and be in like most episodes. So it's just one of those things that maybe the writers are sort of saddled with a little bit.